Hello, this is Lee Anthony Davis here, just coming after 3 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, the 20th of September. Good morning to you if you're still out there. Yes, this is a recorded live video for my YouTube channel. This is my video announcements. I do apologise for the lateness of the video, but I'm sure it will be well appreciated when I tell you what's coming up. Right, the usual stuff if you've watched these videos before. I've got group of the day, contribute of the day, birthday announcements, also a little bit of Doctor Who news for you, and also I've got the Doctor Who merchandise to show you, which is my magazine collection, you know, the sort of Doctor Who magazine collection, and also a Doctor Who quiz question from after at the end of this, and also the answer from yesterday's question as well, and also what's coming up. Right, okay, I'm going to get on with it. Group of the day for Tuesday the 19th of September goes to the awesome Walt Disney Group. Well done to them. And also contribute of the day goes to for Tuesday the 19th of September, Aaron Baker. Well done. As usual, it will go up, it'll be posted later on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, my story. Right, okay then, moving on. It's today's birthdays belong to these three people. On Wednesday the 20th, Wednesday the 20th, I was right. Wednesday the 20th of September, these three people are celebrating their birthdays. Robert Haynes, Jeff Allen, John Todd Sims. Well done to all three. Hope you have a great day. Right, moving on to some Doctor Who news. Now, this is something that was discussed upon during Chibnall's era. It's basically to say former Doctor Who showrunner Chris Chibnall was advised against the love interest between the Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, and Mandip Gill, who played Yaz. In the finale in The Power of the Doctor, he was thinking of doing the kiss bit, but as we know, the Doctor is not female nor male, so he can change to any shape. Could be a dog. But anyway, he was advised by his writers at the time, said it was a very bad idea because it would sort of because it would be phased out if that happened by the new showrunner, which is Russell T Davies. You knew he would do that because I don't think he would have done it in that way. And I think the writers, in my opinion, prevailed here because they felt that, you know, even though Chibnall took it in a different direction, it was a female Doctor, new direction for the show, for him, for Jodie Whittaker, for everybody else. They felt that this was going too far, and but there again, what you've seen of what Russell T Davies has done, bringing in, I don't know, how can I put it without being criticised, transvestites, homosexual. You know, I know Russell T Davies is homosexual. I've got nothing against that because, as far as I'm concerned, he's a good showrunner, but he has a bit of the the JNT about him. You know, like pantomime, extravaganza, you know, and stuff like that. And stunt casting, yes, he does. He does do it. He does do it. He brings them in according to how popular they were in what they ever did. Like Billie Piper was brought in because she was a pop star, wasn't she? I know that's not a given. She's a great actress, yes, she proved her ability. But I think that's why he would have done it, you know, because of the first series. Also, there were other parts that we have seen. We've seen... let's see, I don't know, but Bonnie Langford is obvious a stunt casting because she was known for her screaming. I don't think this is what she's going to be. Well, that device is not going to be used in this, obviously. But I'll be honest with you, I don't think Mel was much of a character for me. Not like Sarah Jane or Katie Manning, or even Leela or Romana. I just don't think she really was basically for that. I think she was basically stunt casting to fit the actual mechanism that JNT was having in. He was getting all these showbiz stars. In my opinion, it was a bad move because the show suffered. He had Colin. I mean, what I'm trying to get at is he had Colin Baker and Nicola Bryant going to Panto, dressed up in their Panto gear. Why, he was a doctor. Come on, you've got to keep it real. That's what I say. Because Tom Baker, right, I'll give you an example. When Tom Baker was a doctor, Tom Baker smoked, he drinked. But what he didn't do was let kids know that he smoked and drank. He never smoked on set. He never smoked in front of children because he wanted to show that he was setting an example, and that was a bloody good way to do it. But unfortunately, the show's gone in a different direction. Like I said, Chris Chibnall was advised to not do that at all, which was very good because it takes you out the moment, doesn't it? I mean, if that's her final scene, let's not have it like that. Let's have it her going out in a finale of fire and smoke and explosions, and let her go out on a high, not sort of because it looks like too much kitchen sink drama doing it like that. You get enough on EastEnders, or maybe Coronation Street are following the trend on that sort of. Brookside did it as well. But I just think it's not a good idea for a science fiction programme to go down that route. Kitchen sink dramas do not belong in Doctor Who. They belong in the soap operas, and that's where they should stay. Anyway, that's my opinion. So anyway, he was advised not to do it, and eventually he did. But he thinks it's still a bad idea. He wish he did do it, and I'm glad he didn't, because I think maybe it might have been too much for certain Doctor Who fans that wouldn't have liked that idea at all. It was talked about. I don't like that idea because you've got to think about it. Tom Baker done that role. You just can't imagine those actors doing stuff like that. It's just not on, is it? It's just the way we live in today's world, I suppose I'm looking at it from the 1970s, and they wouldn't have got away with it then. But obviously the barriers are open and there's every possibility. But what I do say to him, the showrunner, Mr. Davis, please do not turn it into a kitchen sink drama like Mr. Chibnall did. He tried something new, it didn't work. And I'm afraid, to be honest with you, I don't think he'll be coming back, regardless if he wants to. I just think Jodie Whittaker won't be coming back because I think she was badly treated. And the same way as Colin Baker will never. Well, he's come back, but I just think that he was badly treated. It's very good of him to forget about what happened, and he's obviously got on with the new regime at the BBC, unlike the one he was dealing with. But anyway, never mind all that. I don't have to go into old history. But that's the news. Not much news because you knew that already. So I'm just emphasising or putting another point to it. Okay, then let's move on. Updates. My page, group and Instagram account, I'll give you an update right now. As for my page, it's, let's see, I've got 49. Yes, I had 49. It's gone back to 48. So no change there then. Well, there was a change, but it's changed back. So it's only same as yesterday. My Lee Anthony Davis, the .2 page, is at 48 followers. But my group has exploded. I have now 65 members, so 5 new ones have just joined today. And as for my Instagram account, I'm moving up to 85 followers. So I'm getting close to the big 90. So I'll give you an update tomorrow on that one. Right, .2 merchandise. Right, here we go. I'd give you some magazines to show you from the .2 collection. Here's another one. This is the Master. There you go. He was pretty good. I thought he was pretty good matched up against Jodie Whittaker. It needed that, to be honest with you. I think it needed it because I just think the show was becoming a bit stale in the first 2 series, and I think you needed someone like that to come in and sort of fizz it up a bit. You know what I mean? Here's Peter Davison when he used to look like. It's another of him on the front cover there. I've got another Dalek one. There you go. All the stuff on it that goes there. Glossy magazine. My favourite Doctor, of course, you guessed it, Tom Baker. There he is in all his attire: scarf, big massive coat, curly black hair, and those piercing eyes. And there we go. Christopher Eccleston, the man of emotion, who brought the emotion to Doctor Who when it first started in the New Adventures. Without him, there'd be no Doctor Who. Right, I thought this was a good matchup. Here's another magazine, the Master, well, the Mistress, as she had to be known, and Peter Capaldi. I thought it was a good combination there. They worked well. I've got one from a classic era. This is everything to do with the Abominable Snowman. You know, the adventure that was wiped by the BBC. I think they managed to get some scenes back. I haven't got that. I think it's only in animation version, but it's still good. But this gives you the real. There's a lot of pictures in it. All right, I'll show you some, just to emphasise. There must be something here I can show you. Let me just have a look. Give me a second. I'm just going to. I think it's at the very beginning. Yeah, I think this is it. Ah, yeah. Remember this guy, Bernard Cribbins? There he is, Bernard Cribbins. Now, obviously, Bernard Cribbins has been around a long time, but sadly passed away. But I did mention it about 20 videos before that he's going to be appearing in the 60th anniversary. And you think to yourself, how the hell's that going to happen? GCI? No, apparently before he died, he agreed to do Doctor Who before he died, I believe. So he's in it, but sadly, he's only going to be in a very small part. And it's understandable. I can't find what I'm looking for. Ah, yeah. I think I'm just having a quick read through, all right? I'm just having a look. Give me a second. I don't think there's anything on it. I just think it's a ruddy cover. Yes, I'm afraid so. Ah, right, I found something, but unfortunately, like I said, a lot of the episodes went missing. So we didn't have much. I don't think you need to see the animation. I think, there we go. That's an animation image, I'm afraid. And there's another one with the Abominable Snowman. I don't think there's anything there. I've got some tape, DVD, with the film on it. So there are certain things. I mean, on my Doctor Who page, I will definitely post. I think I've already done that on my Lee Anthony Davis Doctor Who page. The Abominable Snowman. Certain images that aren't available, I put on there myself. From stuff that I've got, photos and things. So I do collect, you see, that's why. And that's on there. Anyway, enough said about that. Then we got the David Rather Suave with Catherine Tate. This is the current Doctor Who, as you know, and his assistant for the 60th anniversary. And finally, you'll like this one. I've got Kylie Minogue here with Gene Marsh, and you guessed it, James Bond himself, who played Rassilon, of course. Now, I got confused about that because Rassilon in the Five Doctors was meant to be dead. He was the one that brought the Time Lords into being, you know, like with the Eye of Harmony and stuff, the black hole that he went into, and he emerged with, well, they said it was Omega that was the man of engineering that created the time travel, but Omega, Rassilon was the one that, because he had the rod, remember, and I think that was powered from a different energy, and he could use it with such force. He had a glove, didn't he, or something, a metal glove where he could just disintegrate people. Who knows? But yeah, Timothy Dalton, obviously, he's remembered for playing James Bond as well. He's also in Flash Gordon, you know that. But anyway, that's my collection. I mean, I don't want to waffle on, it could be all bloody night. Right, I've got to move on now. Doctor Who quiz question. Remember, I asked a question on how many doctors there were. I'm going to give you a rundown. I'll give you the number first. The answer is 17. Now, this doesn't include the fugitive doctor that was played in the Jodie Whittaker era, and I'm also not going to include the Valeyard. I'm not going to include him either, because, you know, he's meant to be the ending of the Doctor's life or whatever, the last incarnations or whatever. I'm not going to go down that route because I want the right Doctors, and the right Doctors for me are 17. And I'm including Peter Cushing, of course. So here we go. You've got William Hartnell, Patrick Troughton, Jon Pertwee, Tom Baker, Peter Davidson, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, Paul McGann. Then we move on to John Hurt, who turned into Christopher Eccleston. Then we've got Matt Smith, David Tennant, Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, Jodie Whittaker, and now Ncuti Gatwa. I suppose I could say 18. Not forgetting Peter Cushing, because he played the Doctor in two films, remember? Doctor Who and the Daleks, and the Daleks' Invasion of Earth. Right, so anyway, that's that. There's another Doctor Who question for you now. Which Doctor Who actor, you'll like this one, which Doctor Who actor was actually a true life spy? He spied for this country in the Second World War against the Nazis in Germany. What actor was it? Now I'm going to narrow it down for you. It's obviously you couldn't imagine Paul McGann being that age doing that, or Sylvester McCoy, or Colin Baker, not even Tom Baker. So it's going to be one of these three. Was it William Hartnell? Was it Patrick Troughton? Or was it Jon Pertwee? One of those three. I mean, if you didn't know that, Patrick Troughton was also in the army. He actually was on the boat that got torpedoed. I think he left the boat about 20 minutes before it got blown up by a U-boat or something. But he was lucky. I think Colin Baker was another one. When he was a baby, a bomb came through his house and missed him or something, or it blew up or something. I don't know much about that story. He was only a baby. But it happened in the Second World War. I think the bombs were being dropped on London, and his house just missed it, and it didn't kill him or something like that. So he must have been destined to be an immortal Doctor Who. Who knows when he grows up or regenerates into Doctor Who. Right, so anyway, I just want one of these three actors I've just mentioned, Hartnell, Troughton, or Pertwee. One of these three spied for our country against the Nazis. Which one was it? Okay, that's the end of that. Now, just to let you know about coming up, I've got another Lost in Space cliffhanger coming up later on, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I'm going to go now because I've spent far too long on here. I do witter on. I do apologise. I know it can be... it's like listening to someone scratching a blackboard sometimes. It can be infuriating. Not as much as me listening to my own voice. Do you think I like listening to my own voice? No. I don't even watch these videos when they're done, you know. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, I promise I'll try and get it at midnight, right? So it's a little bit earlier. But anyway, look after yourselves, and I'll see you probably at that time I just mentioned. Bye for now.